y'all!
So right now we're headed to our one featured restaurant for this month, and it's a more modern French style, and they specialize in my favorite absinthe.
Yeah, we wanted to do this one because it's one of, like, honestly, we don't find a lot of French restaurants around San Diego, and this one is
most more
awesome.
Traditional style, you know.
And this one is like very, very much more like elevated, very different.
Yeah, it's more modern style. It's called Wormwood.
It is so good. So, we're excited. Wormwood is located in North Park area, just off of Adams Avenue, and it is such a cool vibe. The bartender who helped us was named Kyle, and he was amazing. He made the best cocktails, and you're going to be seeing a lot more of him throughout this video, so we just had to give him a shout out. I got the Death by Nightshade for my first round, and oh my goodness, it was so good. One of the bartenders who helps Kyle, her name's Kiana, she actually made this cocktail. It has gin, apricot, a tomatillo wash, which they actually use from their leftover tomatillo water, and mix with vinegar, cucumber, cilantro, and many other things to kind of make it taste like a meal in a glass. And wow, it really did. It was almost similar to like a caprese salad cocktail. I know it sounds weird, but you have to give it a try. The next cocktail that my mom actually got was called Louis' Last Word. It was a riff off of a classic last word, but it was so different. They used black truffle, mezcal, Saint Germain, and changed it up with lemon juice instead of lime juice. And oh my gosh, it was so tasty, so refreshing, and the black truffle was just a game changer in this cocktail. This was by far the most sober we were the entire night, so bear with us. For our first course, we got oysters, and oh my gosh, these are so good! They're kind of like a paloma in an oyster. That's how they described it. And honestly, they were so spot on. They were super citrusy, light, refreshing, and my mom had an orgasm. As you can see, I was not joking about the night getting rowdy. We already are on to our next set of drinks. We had to dive straight in with absinthe because Wormwood is known for their absinthe. So we got an absinthe drip with this super yummy, light absinthe that Kyle actually recommended for us. It is a Blanco style of absinthe, which I had never had before. Usually absinthes are green and a lot more intense. This was super light and really tasty, so definitely a good option. This tomato salad was unlike any I'd ever had before. It had kumquats, candied pistachios, purslane, and orange, and oh my god, talk about an eye roll, seriously. I also wanted to mention that the type of absinthe we got was called La Clandestine. Definitely give it a try. Huître mer was a delicious combination of different fishes, and that shrimp chicharron on top was so tasty. The big surprise was the squid ink, which ended up getting all over my face, but it was worth it. Yet another Kyle appreciation shout out, because you go Kyle. He was making us so many cocktails the whole night, and we were putting this man to work, so we had to give him this. These cocktails were arguably our favorite cocktails the whole night. I had the French Riveria sour. It was kind of like a mezcal sour with rose infused in it, and then that rose petal salt on top, which made it so tasty. My mom got the Bombardier Cru cocktail, which was honestly so good and refreshing. The thing that really set it apart was the acai with an herbal twist from the Amaro they used. So yum! I just wanted to point out the green fairy in the background. We love our absinthe! This next item was a tuna confit, which we suspected must have been sous vide because it was so moist. It just fell apart right when you got into it. Along with the baba ganoush on the side, which had all these popping herbal spices and taste with the tomatoes, it was divine. Just like a classic confit, which was really surprising. The main event on the menu, and arguably our favorite dish, was the market fish. They used solefish, which was so delectable and light. It was wrapped in this really tasty banana leaf. The corn fritter was actually gluten-free. It did have a little bit of cheese in it, but you couldn't even taste it. It had the perfect crunch, and the pepper sauce on the side gave it the perfect kick and tang it needed. It was an all-encompassing food orgasm. To finish off the night, we decided to get more cocktails. This is actually our second to last round. I know, we got crazy. We asked Kyle to do his own riff off of a couple different things and just kind of surprise us. So we have a little montage of him getting his little creative juices flowing, and we could not appreciate this more. It was so cool to watch, and he will tell you more about what he made.
White Sazerac.
Okay, yeah.
And served the modern way where you actually have your absinthe on the side. You can pour a little bit inside or keep them separate solely up to you.
Yeah.
This is kind of like a gin sour rib. So it's got gin, Genepi, velvet falernum, lemon, egg white, and I sprayed some absinthe on top, and then there's a little chili and chive oil there too.
Yum.
Just wanted to say the white Sazerac was good, but the gin with the foam in it, that drink was divine. I rolled yet again. If you know us by now, we finish almost every meal with an espresso martini, but holy moly, this espresso martini was unlike any I'd ever had. It had an absinthe wash, which was already mind-blowing enough. And on top of that, he topped it with a beet egg white foam, which was just a game changer. It weirdly added this really yummy depth to the coffee in the back, and oh my gosh, it was so good. And guess what? He used Mr. Black's, our favorite liqueur, which we loved. We love you, Kyle. Okay guys, you're getting a top secret message right now because we didn't even know that they had a speakeasy in the back, and we just happened to find it. It's called the Secret Garden, so if you're looking for a speakeasy, this one is where it's at. Overall, Wormwood is 10 out of 10, super gluten-free friendly. Just don't drool too much over the French baguette that will be floating around in your face. Also had to include this adorable bathroom because look at it, fairies!